Hello friends, continuing with motion of charge in uniform magnetic field, we take up case 2 when charge enters field, magnetic field, uniform magnetic field in direction of the field. The magnetic force experienced by a moving charge in uniform magnetic field is given by the expression Fm is equal to QV cross B. Or magnitude is QV mod B sine theta. And direction is given by Fleming's left hand rule or screw rule or right hand thumb rule depending upon the angle. If angle is acute angle, then it is given by right hand thumb rule or screw rule, and when theta is pi by 2, it is given by Fleming's left hand rule. Now here let us consider here, in this case let a charge Q enters the field with velocity V directed along z axis, negative z axis. Okay, now field is directed along negative z axis, charge is entering the field in the direction of the field, then theta between V and B is 0. Therefore, Fm will be equal to Q mod V mod B sine 0. Here we put the value of theta as 0. So sine 0 is 0. So Fm will be equal to 0. The charge will not experience any force. So the charge Fm is equal to Q mod V mod B sine 0, and since sine 0 is 0, therefore it is equal to 0. The charge experiences no force, it goes straight undeflected from its path. So it moves out along negative z axis. Okay. Now when charge enters the field in the direction of the field, it experiences no force, no magnetic force, moves straight along the direction of the field. Now case 3. Take up case 3. When charge enters the field at an angle theta less than pi by 2 with field direction. The charge describes helical path. Helical path. This is the field. Suppose field is directed along positive x-axis and the charge Q is entering with velocity V at an angle theta with the field. Charge with velocity V is entering the field at an angle theta with the field. So it describes helical path. Just like spring, you are moving on the surface of the spring wire. So it moves straight as well as describes the circle. Now quantitative analysis. Now physical situation. Consider a positive charge Q injected with initial velocity V at an angle theta with the direction of magnetic field B. Components of velocity V. Velocity V can be resolved into two components, V parallel V cos theta along field and V perpendicular V sin theta perpendicular to the field. And this V cos theta in this direction and V sin theta perpendicular to the field. V cos theta and V sin theta perpendicular to the field. So V cos theta along the field direction and V sin theta perpendicular to the field direction. Now force experienced by charge due to these components. The force experienced due to parallel component is equal to V cos theta, and it is equal to Q V parallel cross B. That is F parallel magnetic force due to parallel component. Since theta between V parallel and B is 0, therefore F parallel M is equal to Q V parallel mod B sin theta. Since theta is 0, so sin 0 will be 0. So while putting sin 0 as 0, it becomes 0. So F parallel M is 0. So it does not affect the charge. The charge moves along field with velocity V parallel equal to V cos theta. Let us mark it as equation 1. Now force experienced by charge due to perpendicular component. V perpendicular is V sin theta, that is equal to Q V perpendicular cross B, and it is equal to F perpendicular. So force experienced due to perpendicular component of velocity. Now here theta between V perpendicular and B is pi by 2. Okay, between is pi by 2. So therefore F perpendicular will be equal to Q V perpendicular mod B sin theta. Putting the value of theta as pi by 2, we get Q V perpendicular B, V perpendicular mod B perpendicular, and maximum force. The charge will experience maximum force due to perpendicular component. Since the charge experiences maximum force along negative z-axis and describes a circular path of radius r equal to mv perpendicular divided by qb. So radius of the path described is mv perpendicular divided by qb. As we have derived this expression in the previous article also, when a charge enters a field in perpendicular direction to the field, it describes a circular path of radius r equal to mv by qb. So here v is v perpendicular. So the component provides necessary, this component of force provides necessary centripetal force mv perpendicular square by r. Thus qv perpendicular b must be equal to mv square by r. Therefore r is equal to mv perpendicular by qb. Or we replace the value of v perpendicular by v sin theta. So we write r equal to mv sin theta divided by qb. So it's equation 2. Now due to perpendicular component, the charge experiences, charge describes circular path, and due to parallel component, the charge moves straight along the direction of the field. Now what is the simultaneous effect of the two components? If we consider simultaneous effect of the two components, since the two components are working at the same instant, so as a result of the two velocity components being in action simultaneously, the charge moves ahead after each circle and finally describes an helical path, that is a spring-like path of radius r equal to mv sin theta by qb. Now question arises, if it describes a helical path, then what is the time period of the helical path? Now time taken to complete one cycle with velocity v perpendicular equal to v sin theta is defined as time period of the helical path. So say since t we know t is equal to 2 pi r by v. So here we have 2 pi r by v perpendicular as the time period. So 2 pi r by v sin theta, that is 2 pi by v sin theta into, we substitute the value of r as mv perpendicular sin theta by qb. So sin theta cancels, v cancels, and we are left with 2 pi m by qb. 2 pi m by qb. So time period is 2 pi m by qb. Now what is the angular velocity? What is the angular velocity? Since we know omega is 2 pi by t and the value of t is 2 pi m by qb, therefore omega is equal to qb by m. Angular velocity of the charged particle is qb by m. Then pitch of the helical path. Now what is the pitch of helical path? The forward distance covered during one time period is called as pitch of the helix. Therefore, pitch is equal to V parallel into time period. Now, V parallel is V cos theta and T into T, T is the time period. So, V cos theta into T means 2 pi m by QB. We replace T by 2 pi m by QB. Since above we have seen T is equal to 2 pi m by QB. So, pitch is equal to V cos theta into 2 pi m by QB. Now, what are the uses of such motion of charge in uniform magnetic field when it enters at an angle less than 90 degree? It describes a helical path. It can be applied in many cases. The helical path of electron is utilized for focusing the electron beam in CRT. CRT means cathode ray tube and high voltage X-ray tubes. Now, assignment 6, question number 11. An electron is moving with velocity v along the axis of a long straight solenoid carrying current I. What will be the force acting on the electron due to the magnetic field of the solenoid? And you have to solve this question here. So, thank you so much. Here we finish with the topic motion of charge in uniform magnetic field. 3 cases we have discussed. In the first case, when charge enters the field at right angle to the field, it describes a circular path of radius r equal to mv by qb. Second case, when charge enters the field in the direction of the field, it moves with the same velocity, doesn't have any effect of magnetic force. Magnetic force is 0, acting on the charge is 0 in this case, and the charge moves straight into the field in the direction of the field. Now, when charge enters at an angle less than pi by 2 to the direction of field, it describes a helical path whose time period is 2 pi m by qb, angular velocity is qb by m, and pitch is v cos theta into 2 pi m by qb. Thank you so much once again. Next topic is motion of charge in uniform electric and magnetic field, both perpendicular to each other in a direction perpendicular to both. We will see this where we come across Lorentz force.